Fifth grade, welcome to lesson 2. Today we're going to be learning more about even and odd numbers. You might already think you know everything there is to know about an even and an odd number, um, but by the end of the lesson you will understand that numbers ending in the digits 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are classified as odd numbers. And by the end of this lesson you will understand that even numbers end in the digits 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 in particular. Speaking of 0, we learn from our friend the Count, who starts his counting with 1, 2, and so on. Those are counting numbers, whole numbers. I want you to think about that old friend, the classic donut, who has two big circles. We are going to start with 0 when we talk about whole numbers. If I have 0 apples, then I have 0. It's still a number. It's called a whole number. And then it also includes every other counting number too. Even numbers. You might know that even numbers start with the number. If we're going to start counting, starting our whole numbers, counting the even numbers, we will start with the number 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. But what makes an even number an even number? That's what we're going to talk about. Well, look at the digit 2, and if I have 2, I can separate those equally into two groups. If I have 4, I can separate those into two equal groups. I have the same number in both groups. Same with 6, 8, and any digit ending in 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. Because if I have 0, I can split 0 into two equal groups. So I have 0 $100 bills on me. I can split that into two equal groups, and I have none in this group and none in that group. So you might be sad that I don't have $100 bill on me. Well, odd numbers begin with and our counting numbers or whole numbers start with the digit 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and so on. But what makes an odd number is what we're going to find out. Well, if I have, once again, my two groups that I want to split evenly, because when we think about numbers that are split even, we can think of a balance beam. And if I have 1 on one side, I need to have 1 on the other in order to keep my balance beam even. If I get rid of 1, we know from playing on the playground that it will be lopsided, okay? So we want to keep it as even as possible. But now, when we talk about odd numbers, if I have one apple here, I can put that apple here, and I have none on that side. I can't split it evenly. Same with 3. I can put 2 in this pocket and 1 over there, but I still don't have it even. And with 5, 7, and so on, any number ending in the digits 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 will be odd. They cannot be even on our balance beam. Here, our balance beam, we have more there than there, so it's uneven. That last digit is our main clue. You can take a look at this detective here, and he's looking down at these odd numbers here, 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. Any digit that ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 will be odd. If the numbers ended in a 2 or a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8, we know that they will be even. And that's our clue. So it doesn't even matter what digit it starts with, it just matters what it ends with. For example, if I had the number 12, I take a look at my last digit here. Okay, my last digit is my clue. So if I take a look at that 2, I know that 2 is an even number. So I can put 2, 1 here, and 1 there in my groups. In my groups here, and they still will be even. So here's one group, two groups, and then I can place the other 10 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is even. I have 6 on both sides. My balance beam uh, is good to go. It's happy. Okay. Take a look at this example. It says, which of these numbers is even? From the clue that I gave you, taking a look at the last digit only. You don't even need to worry about the first 3. So which of these numbers is even? Equals, is it even? Well, is 6 an even number? It is, isn't it? I can place 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and my balance beam is equal. 5, is that an even number? Well, if I have 5, I have 2 on one side and 3 on the other. My balance beam is not even. So that is not even. 3, I can place 2 on one side and 1 on the other. We know that it is not even, is it? So 2,223 is not even either. The digit that is even is 3,586. Take a look at example number 2. It says, which of these numbers is not odd? Careful. Doesn't ask which one is odd, but is not odd. So which digit am I going to look at? Do I look at the first one? No. I look at the last digit. So I'm going to look at all 3 numbers and say which one is not odd. Let's start at this number first. We read that as 353,535. All I care about is the last digit. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is not even. 1. I can place 2 groups to see if it's even. And I can place 1 here and 1 not there. And so it is not even as well. The last one, take my 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's my last digit. Is my balance beam even? It is. So therefore, which number is not odd? 123,456. We're going to talk about half numbers now. Half of an even number has 2 definitions. It is a whole number. It will come out as a whole number. Remember, whole numbers start with the number 0 and go all the way on. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way through infinity. It is a whole number. But even numbers of objects, they can be split into 2 equal groups. Okay? If I have a 4 balls, I can take and place 2 of those in one group and the other 2 in a different group, and it turns out evenly a whole number. There's 2 in one group and 2 in another group. Half of odd numbers are not whole numbers because odd numbers of objects cannot be split into 2 equal groups. They can't be. So if I have, once again, I have 5 balls, that's an odd number, and I'm going to split it into 2 equal groups. I can take 1 and put it here, 1 and place it there, 1 here, 1 here, and I need a 5th one. It is not even. I have 3 in this group and 2 in that group, so it's not even. Maybe that diagram was a little messy, so this will help explain it a little more. Sherry has 6 apples to share with Letitia. If Sherry shares the apples equally, each girl will have 3 apples. So here is Sherry's basket. Here is Letitia's basket. And they have a total of 6 apples. So 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, 4 apples, 5 apples, 6 apples. There are 3 apples in Sherry's basket, 3 apples in Letitia's basket. It is even. This example says Herman has 5 apples to share with Ivan. If Herman shares the apples equally, each boy will have 2.5 apples. So here is Herman's basket. Here is Ivan's basket. Ivan gets one, or Herman gets one, Ivan gets one, Herman gets one, Ivan gets one, but there's still 1 apple left over, so they have to split it in half. So Herman would get half an apple, while Ivan gets the other half. 2 1/2, 2 1/2 apples is not even. I want you to take a look at your lesson practice on page 13, and you're going to go through examples A through H on a new sheet of paper before beginning lesson number 2. And lesson number 2 will be due for next time.